So, this is my 2-year anniversary special. I figured the best way to do it is to answer the one burning question. How do I hook up this TV? Before we begin, follow me to the back. You will notice that there is no coaxial or AV input on this. Rather, you have this weird twin LED connection. If you haven't heard of it, it's because it went out of style about the mid-80s. This little device right here is pretty much the only thing that makes this TV still work in this modern world. So as you may have guessed, this is able to convert the archaic twin LED setup into the modern coaxial, which even this system is starting to become archaic. From that converter, a coaxial cable runs into this little box right here. This simply converts an AV signal into a coaxial signal. You may remember in the early days of this show, there used to be a little red light that would be on top of the TV. Well, that would be this box. Does this look familiar? So to recap, I plug in my AV signal game system into this box. From there, it converts the signal into a coaxial signal, and then on the TV itself, the coaxial signal is then changed into a twin LED system. Along the way, I've had another box to the equation. This one makes it a little easier for a few other things. Now let's take a look at the back of this one. On the left side here, we have all the inputs. This one is for the previously mentioned AV box. This one is the coaxial signal for the Nintendo Entertainment System. And this one is the cord from the Atari 2600. Now normally, you would have to plug this cord into this box right here, which would then convert the signal into the twin LED system. However, this box can transmit it through a coaxial signal. But that's not all this box can do, however. This box also has 3 outputs. This one right here, the silver one, hooks into this TV right here. This output right here goes to the original TV. And this last one right here hooks into, wait for it, this VCR right here, which essentially hooks into this big black one that you see before you. Also running from this VCR, I have 2 AV cables. To make it easier, the yellow one's for video and the black one is for audio. So simply, I hook up the 2 wires into the back of this box, and whatever is being broadcasted through the VCR will be broadcasted to the other 2 TVs. To demonstrate the power, I'm going to play this old tape here. It has a few recordings of some Saturday morning cartoons. Before we begin, I want to mention the audio is not the best, but let's go.
Vortex is hitting Saturday morning with Kicking Dragon Ball Z Kai, next Saturday at 10 a.m. Vortex on the CW.
These aren't really that old of cartoons. This tape's probably only about 2 years old, actually.
We live in a digital world. Little monsters everywhere. Join our team, let's be together. It's Digimon Fusion now. We've got some power. We're stronger when we act as one. We're gonna change the world. It's Digimon Fusion now. We've got the power for all to see. We're stronger when we act as one. We're gonna save the world.
I think you get my point. I previously mentioned all the inputs that go into this cable box here. With this box, I can switch between 3 different game systems. Observe. I think you get the picture. No pun intended. Before I end this video, let me show you how I normally film an episode. The setup is still the same, but you may notice the camera looks kind of old. That's because it is. I don't really use it that much anymore. Then let's flip it around, and that's where the players sit. Since we are so close to the camera, I don't have to hook up additional microphones for each person. Also notice how close we are to the TV. That's to ensure that the players can see everything just fine. Now let me show you what it looks like with the new camera I have. Since the only way I have to film it is with the old camera, it's going to be a little hard to see. Essentially, the camera's in the same place, but since it's flat, I had to kind of invent a way for it to stay in place just fine. Well, that's all I have left to say. If you have any questions, feel free to leave one in the comments section. With that, thanks for watching, and, as always, keep having fun.